Hey everyone, how's it going, and welcome back. I just wanted to say real quick before I get into everything that I've been reflecting and looking back on my previous videos, the last 3 specifically, and I've been noticing that I've been almost uncanny to Leafy, and I know you're probably just like, oh boy, well, I mean, you're just now noticing this. I've known it for a long time, but I kind of just ran away from that fact because I didn't really want to acknowledge it and face it head on, but now I'm thinking I kind of have to because all the feedback that I've gotten from people that are saying, oh boy, you look a ton like Leafy, and you look like you're leeching off of his success, and I don't want that to be the case, but I mean, it kind of is, and that's what it looks like, and that reflects on me really badly. And so I just wanted to say that I'm going to be just like, you know, kind of dialing it down on the whole, like, oh boy, comedy in your face, bam, 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 you know what I'm talking about. Just throwing just insult after insult, like roasting videos, I guess you could call them. I didn't really want to call them roasting videos, but you know, I don't really enjoy that as much as I do just like kind of going over stuff. But anyways, that's just what I wanted to get out of the way just real fast. But moving on, 2018 has been a pretty hectic year so far, and I know you're probably saying, well, I mean, it's only been a month, but what I want you to realize is that this whole month has been, what's the word? It's been more interesting than 2017, in like the entire year, and I just wanted to kind of acknowledge that and like shine some light on it, because I do find the fads and the internet trends and all the different, like, you know what I'm talking about, all the different stuff that came with this month. I kind of wanted to just push the timeline into one little video, just going over everything. I mean, it might not sound too interesting right now, but I promise I can make it a little bit more entertaining than it sounds. So anyways, I'm just gonna stop rambling about it, and let's just get into it, shall we?
I don't think I love you no more. You never seem to call me lately, but I don't think she knew me at all.
Alright, Doki Doki. So for those of you who don't know or aren't familiar with Doki Doki at all, it's basically just an anime dating sim, but what sets it apart from all the other dating sims, with the exception of a few of course, is that it comes increasingly dark, and in fact, the top tag is psychological horror. So it starts out all cutesy, but don't let it fool you like it did me, because it gets really bad. Like, come on guys, there's like high schoolers killing themselves here. Like, this is something that you don't take lightly. Like, I went into this, I was like, geez, how could this possibly be scary? And then I came out of it, I was like, Jesus, how did I not expect that? Like, it's a dating sim. But, anyways, I'm on the Steam page right now, and the warning you get, and it stops you like every other mature game on Steam if you're familiar. It says content in this product may not be appropriate for all ages, or may not be appropriate for viewing at work. And that's not the first time you're going to see it if you download the game, which, by the way, it's free, so I encourage you to go check it out. It's a good game. The tags on them is psychological horror, visual novel, anime, free-to-play, horror, cute, dating sim, dark, story-rich, romance, single-player, great soundtrack, gore, indie, violent, memes, casual, first-person, sexual content, and adventure. Now, I think that pretty much all of these tags relate pretty well to the game itself, because just everything fits. You go in, I mean, do me a favor. Just go in, play the game, maybe get to the first death, and you'll see, alright? Maybe if you finish the game, which you'll be addicted, it's pretty interesting after the first death. Fair warning, it's a little bit graphic. Yeah, it's a lot graphic. Just don't, like, get super attached, because what Team Salvato does is, like, they get you to bond with the character, I guess, and you choose someone to, like, seduce with your words, and then they end up either killing themselves or they get deleted from the game. That sounds crazy, but just go play it and you'll see. So I'm not gonna like go into full detail. I could do that as another video, but I don't think I will. But anyways, let's move on. Yep, you saw it, I saw it, we all knew it was coming. Tide Pods, aka the forbidden fruit. So, what's the deal with these things anyways? Well, I'm glad you asked. They look like candy, and naive little kids run around and they're like, oh yeah, mommy left the candy jar unattended, and they grab these things, they stuff their face, and the next thing they know, they wake up in the ER and their stomach is being pumped. It's completely understandable if like an elementary school kid thinks these are candy and eats them. But, I mean, that is only under some circumstances. If you let your kid get as far as to eat these things, Child Protective Services probably need to be involved, and you probably need to get your kid taken away from you. But anyways, that's besides the point. The deal with these things also is that adults actually eat these things, and I bet it's a big surprise. Judging that everyone is obsessed with these challenges, I guess. I mean, they're not really even challenges. They're more just like self-harm. Like, you have like the salt and ice challenge, which like burns a hole in your skin. You have the eraser challenge, which also burns a hole in your skin. You have the dry ice challenge, the liquid nitrogen challenge, the cinnamon challenge, the condom challenge. The condom challenge really doesn't do much for like hurting you, but you know, it's so weird. Like, you could probably drown with that. But I can't really say I'm surprised that people went as far as to actually eat these for attention. I mean, it got as bad as to where like the news actually like covered these. They're like, oh my god, these kids are eating laundry detergent.
Teens intentionally ingesting highly toxic Tide laundry pods and posting the videos to YouTube, challenging others to do the same.
You know, like, oh, really? What did you expect? The internet is basically a breeding ground for plebs and neats galore. It's just a huge, just valley for everybody. If you're an edgy 12-year-old, this is the place for you. If you're an introvert, an extrovert, pretty much anyone, the internet's a place for you. So I don't really see how we didn't expect a meme like Tide Pods to come about us. But anyways, I know this meme kind of died out like early to mid-January. It had a really short lifespan, but not as short as the Uganda. Anyways, that's a difference. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the forbidden fruit. So, with Ugandan Knuckles, there's really not much to explain here, other than it came from a free game on Steam. Yeah, that makes 2 free games on Steam that I'm promoting. You should go check out VRChat. It's totally not going to waste your life or anything, you know. But anyways, Ugandan Knuckles, it was basically some dude with a skin, a Knuckles skin, and he had an accent, and there was like a little army of like Sonics and Knuckles, and the guy he walked up to someone, looked up, and he said, and yeah, that was a pretty poor accent, sorry, but you know, there's really, like, that's really all the significance. There was something else where they started clucking, I guess. They were like, but it was kind of, that's really all. Like, that's all it was the do you know the way and clucking. It was like, cluck my brothers, and he goes, I don't know. I'm just gonna stop trying to impersonate it because it's really bad and cringy. But it really, I mean, I thought it was a decent meme at first, and then it just went completely south because then the normies got a hold of it. And normie is basically just a person who, in 2018, to put it like in easy terms, it's someone who hangs on to dead memes far past their welcome. Kind of like Ugandan Knuckles, the people at schools who go walk around the hallways and ask the teachers, "Do you know the way to the teachers' lounge?" or something. I don't know. I'm sorry. It really, to me, it wasn't a very good meme. It was original. Don't get me wrong, but it really wasn't all that great. It was very short-lived.
Somebody touch my spaghetti!
So everybody, here's to another short-lived meme. In my opinion, I do think that this one was actually really great. Being that I'm huge on like animated memes, I don't really know what to call it. Call it a fetish if you want, buddy. Whatever floats your boat. But the thing that really made this meme skyrocket to such heights is like the overwhelming potential to be manipulated like this one was. There's something about this one, I just can't put my finger on it, and What I'm thinking it is that they took this 1930s animation and made it into some modern meme. And when I say modern meme, I'm meaning like ear rape, video distortion, audio distortion, zooming in because apparently that's funny, and all the essentials. But really, in all honesty, I think that this one surpassed the Tide Pods, the Ugandan Knuckles, the Logan Paul memes, and everyone we've had so far. It really has just left everything else in the dust. You know, really the only thing I have to say here is the word Fortnite for you to understand exactly where I'm coming from. But maybe I can shine a little bit of light where you're not looking, which is doubtful. But anyways, Fortnite was released in the summer of 2017, I believe, and it was a thing, I guess, if you can even call it that. I guess what I'm trying to say here is that it was circling around the internet and YouTube to some extent, but I'm pretty sure that only a handful of people were actually engaged with it, as opposed to PUBG. But let's not even go there for the sake of an already overtime video. But I do plan on making another video just completely regarding Fortnite and its strengths and weaknesses and all that and its differences. Basically, Fortnite is just another battle royale, or at least it looks like that from the surface. But when you dig a little bit deeper, you find a ton of quirks and aspects that make Fortnite really just a game of its own, and not just some PUBG clone. Unlike games such as Rules of Survival, which is literally just a downgraded bootleg version of PUBG for you mobile gamers, and I put that in extremely emphasized quotation because I don't believe that there's such thing as a mobile gamer. But I'm getting off topic though, and it's kind of an unfair jab. But anyways, Fortnite it's got like so many different things that PUBG would never have. Take it, the building mechanic. That is probably one of the most obvious things that sets Fortnite apart from pretty much any other battle royale. Think about it. Do you know any other battle royale that has a building mechanic like Fortnite? No. The argument, other than Fortnite is just a ripoff of PUBG, is that PUBG is a lot more realistic, thus making it better for some reason. That's kind of a weak argument. Well, Epic Games, I mean, it kind of took that and ran with it, because now they've added things like impulse grenades, chug jugs, jump pads, traps, and there'll probably be about 1 billion other things added when this video is out. Again, there's a ton of things I can address, which it's probably unlikely. Fortnite, it's just blown up, and I don't even know where it came from, because one day I saw an ad on my computer, I clicked it, and it brought me to Epic Games. It was like, oh wow, this game is actually free. I was wanting to play it, I wanted to try it out, and let me tell you, I got hooked. And I mean really hooked. Like, this game, it's basically a drug. I mean, they could probably outlaw this because it consumed my life. Oh my god, I thought online Call of Duty consumed my life. I had something to look forward to, didn't I? They add so much stuff to this game. Like, they have battle passes and all that, and I can completely understand where this game came from. I mean, and when I say that, I mean like how it blew up so fast, because once people started like going for it, they shared it with their friends and all that, and then they just have this giant community now. But anyways, I'll probably make another video, and I'm pretty leaning towards that I will make another video regarding just Fortnite. But anyways, as of now, it'll just have to be something to look forward to.
I really hate to say this. I think there's someone hanging right there.
So, the infamous Pauls, I saved the best for last, huh? You already know where I'm going with this, but, I mean, the Paul brothers are just the most favored people on earth next to Ajit Pai and Harvey Weinstein. So, really, we kind of can leave Jake Paul out of this one, because he's kind of been on the down low ever since It's Everyday Bro, and him having his brain-dead child militia fans gather outside his house and be a public nuisance. But, Jake really isn't the problem anymore. You see, on the very first day of 2018, Logan Paul, he went to the best place to go when you have a viewer base ranging from 8 to 12 years old. He went to the suicide forest. And now this is all old news probably to you, but really what happened is he found more than he bargained for. He found some dude hanging from a tree. So instead of just shutting off his camera and explaining in another video what happened, Logan in his best judgment decided to keep the cameras rolling, because, gotta get the daily vlog, whatever circumstances, the show must go on. Because he's all family friendly, and that's kind of stuff that little kids want to see when they click onto his videos. Of course the video got deleted like instantly because like his videos get like what, millions of views on every every single thing that he posts. So of course I got taken down and flagged and like blown out of the water. But one of the main things that really pissed people off was his apology and how he was only sorry that he got exposed. I mean, like, come on, people, it's not rocket science here. You're only sorry for pushing little Jimmy down the stairs when you get caught, alright? Let's just be real here. So, after Logan almost being the destruction of his own channel, you would think he'd fly, you know, a little bit under the radar, and just make some risk-free content. Nope. Almost a month passed and I was scrolling through my recommended and I see a video called Logan Paul tasing dead rats.
Here, no rat comes into my house without getting tased.
You know, I couldn't even believe it. Like, it's hard to say, but I didn't believe it because he had just gotten out of this shitstorm. And here he was, once his fans, who legit have 5 brain cells, once they came crawling back to him to watch his vlogs, he just goes right back to doing the sketchy crap that he's pretty much famous for. And it really just shows that, I mean, it goes to prove that he's only sorry that he got exposed and he doesn't learn from anything. I mean, he kind of fooled everyone, right? I mean, he made, like, interviews with the suicide prevention people and all that stuff, but I don't know, I guess it was all just a big cover-up. And, regarding the dead rats, you can't forget about those. You could sit there all day and tell me that the rats are dead, so it really doesn't matter, but I don't care. I couldn't care less. The real thing here is that he just doesn't learn from his mistakes, and that's what really pisses people off, is that YouTube gives these guys chance after chance after chance, because they make YouTube just the big bucks. I mean, take it, another instance of this was when, I'm not entirely sure how long ago it was, but PewDiePie dropped the hard N-word on a stream, and holy Christ. I mean, he got a lot of backlash, yeah, but he didn't lose his career. So yeah, really, that just about wraps it up for me. Sorry that, the channel has been a little bit stagnant lately. Just, once you get into a few advanced classes in school, things kind of tend to pile up on you, and then once you procrastinate like I do, because I'm a professional at that, it really starts to get bad, so you really don't have much time for anything else. But anyways, enough with the excuses. I'm looking forward to uploading a little bit more. I know they say that every time, and I know it's a struggle for everyone, I now understand it, but I'm really trying to just get a solid, you know, channel, agenda, I guess. And I'm just trying to, you're gonna notice, like, things are gonna change around here, around the channel, like the style mainly. You know, I'm kind of new to this still, so I'm still just seeing what works for me. So, anyways, that's all I got for now, and I will see you in the next one.
Even further beyond.